guys, welcome to the Stuffy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what happens during a Wip Chat is that you guys can pull out your own whips, or you can do other things like chores, drive around, sit on the couch while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. I hope you guys are doing well. As you can see, we are on the last two sections left of this canvas. I'm so excited. I know I'll definitely get this one done today, and I'll be done with that one tomorrow. It's kind of cool that I've been timing this out so that way I would have a completed canvas for my 100-day challenge that I've been working on. But if you guys don't know what this is Faces of Faery 132. It has 46 colors, and as you can tell, this is a round diamond painting. And of those 46 colors, only 4 of them are ABs. So this is an older one. It's archived, so you won't be able to really see, won't be able to really get this canvas, to be honest. But the artist is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So usually I put everything that I use and stuff, like all the tools and things in the canvas. I usually put that down in the description, so that way I don't normally go through all this, so that way I can just kind of talk about what's been going on. But I thought a small little reminder, since it's been a while since I've mentioned that and stuff like that. So this week it hasn't been like the last week hasn't been really busy per se, except with me just kind of getting used to driving by myself. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I finally got my driver's license, and last Monday actually. And I have been now picking up the kids from school for most of the week. My husband and I kind of just switch on and off. It's been kind of nice to be able to give him some time where if he's like stuck in a meeting, he's not able to, having to like not dip out of the meeting, but having to like go onto his phone, so that way he can listen to the meeting while pick up the kids. Instead, I can just go and get them instead. So I mean, like, no, he appreciates that and everything. It's just, it's weird. But there have been some days during this this whole week where I haven't felt comfortable driving, especially during the mornings, where it's kind of like it's been like, I know the lighting here is terrible, but it has been just such an icky, like, it's been so disgusting the last few days. It's almost felt like the entire week, but especially like this whole weekend. And everything, it's just been gray and cloudy and just misting or raining. And then today we had apparently a wintry mix in the morning when I was snoozing, and that was just I just didn't feel comfortable trying to drive in that. I'm still new. And that will come with time, I know, so I'll get through it. But yeah, I got a little bit of stuff to do this week. Like tomorrow, my daughter has to be picked up early for an infusion process, and so we'll have to kind of time all of this around with also getting the twins and everything. So it's just a lot of stuff to try and time out. I think my husband's going to do the whole pickup, so that way I don't have to try and navigate the area, the middle school, when it's like packed. Because normally when I go pick her up, it's a little bit later, so that way, because she's like doing all sorts of band stuff and things like that. So but yeah, just been going along for the whole week. It's been weird. Kind of having like a little break, to be honest. So it's just I have been like all last month go with all my projects, and now that I've caught up with a bunch of it, and I started working on Carlac again, which I'm almost done with the row. I started the row last week, and now I am almost done with the row. I got like a section and a half left to do before I go to the next one. I have I think after that 4 more rows to go with. It's almost like basically the size of a larger size diamond painting. So I have like 80 by 40 now. So like it was 50 by 80, now it's 40 by 80 centimeters. So I'm like plugging along. I'm so hoping I could get done before the end of December. I don't know if it's possible, but I'll get pretty darn close. I know that much for sure. But I gotta figure out what I want to do for Wip Chats, because I don't know if I really want to try and drag Karlach over here. And it doesn't feel so Christmassy for me to work on something like that. It's literally a bunch of reds and yellows and fire and stuff like that, so it doesn't really fit the Christmas vibe. But I don't really want to do something huge, so I had a thought of something that I'm going to be working. I'm going to be joining in for the crafting for the holidays thing this year. I've never done it, and I decided to go give it a shot because some of my friends had said it would be fun. So I'm going to be doing that, and I already picked out a canvas. I was going to work on that and figured I'll just work on it you know, after Christmas and everything, because I wasn't going to pick a Christmassy one, but I did pick a wintry one, something from Flossy Fox Shop. But I had a thought, so I already recorded a video of that and everything. But so next week I'll probably be working on that canvas like just once a week instead, because it's just such a small canvas anyway. So I probably would, you know, be done by the time the end of the year. So if I just work on that, so you'll get to see it slowly get more details on it. How I'm thinking about it. So and it's not so much of an issue where it's going to take up space and stuff like that, since it's so small. It's like, what's like 20 by 30 or something like that. So but yeah, I'm just trying to think what I want to kind of do for my Wip Chats, because I could pull out other stuff, but I just didn't want to start another big canvas just yet. Trying to think about my plans. I got like a lot of things I'm trying to do for this to get ready for this next year. I was good with my diamond painting stuff, so I did not buy anything this week. Of course, they didn't really have anything to show this week, or last week, I mean, but we'll see this week. Well, keep your fingers crossed. I've been doing good for the most part. Like, I know that they're starting to ship out the Black Friday and Cyber Monday orders, and some of the orders are kind of like mixed up and stuff, so that's going to be fun if I get multiple boxes with one order. So that'll be kind of fun to see if that's what happens, because I know that two of the things that I ordered was what was it? It was just like, it's supposed to like ship between the 8th to the 16th or the 18th or something like that. It doesn't matter, but I know that it's going to take some time. So but some people are saying that some of their orders that were like pre-orders and stuff like that have started showing up separately, or some people say they don't got the they never got the tracking information until after it shipped, after it came to their house and everything. So I was like, okay, all right, I gotta prep for that, because it's gonna be, I hope it's not gonna be multiples when I made one order, because I was good. I wasn't gonna be too crazy. But anyway, let's see. But yeah, I'm trying to stay good. I'm trying to behave for the most part. Got my Diamond Delights order in last week, which was awesome, so I gotta open that up eventually. But right now I have been wanting to still focus on working on my stash upstairs, like trying to well, not condense it, but more like trying to put everything together so that way I can see how much I truly have, and also try and make it a bit more easy to navigate in my house. I started getting rid of boxes and putting them into just like leaving them in laundry totes, so I have them standing straight up, and they're in their dust covers and stuff like that. And I have it separated by year. Right now I got one tote with the year 2021 and 2022. I think I'm going to separate that more into 2021 for one and 2022 on the other one, because it's just like stuff full right now at this point. So I think I really should need to get on the ball for that. So, and then I do start having some things that's 2023 kind of pulled out, but I haven't taken them out of the box just yet. So that's going to be a lot of work, honestly. It's not something I've been looking forward to. It was something I was going to do this weekend, but I kind of had like a little bit of a surprise going on this weekend, so that kind of got scrapped. And then I just kind of went into the lazy, I don't feel like doing anything yesterday mode after everything. So to kind of talk about what's been going on. So what was the plan this weekend was, my oldest, she had a 5K run to do. She's been training all fall for it, and like at the beginning of the school year and everything, she's been training for this and everything. And we're like, okay, you know, we already knew the whole thing was happening, and I figured while she was doing that, my husband was going to take her there, and he had to participate with her. Unfortunately, they said that she needed like a buddy, a guardian, basically, for this run, and he had to tell her, I can't run. You know, he hasn't trained for this, but so they were able to walk around instead. But I figured while they were doing that, I would have Michael and Jana help me organize my stash. We were gonna, Jana's been having fun like handing me the boxes, and then she's sitting on the boxes that I flattened out so that they stay flat instead of popping back up, so that way we can toss them into the garage. And I figured I'll just have them do that, and we'll do this. Instead we get a message that Friday, and asking if it's okay, like for someone that we know, they just recently had a baby and everything. But we get a message because we did offer our babysitting services and everything, like if they needed someone to get, you know, if they needed time away or anything, because they have 3 kids now, and everything, and they just had a baby. We said, hey, if you need us to watch your kids for the night or anything like that, you know, whatever, because, you know, my twins and their oldest son are like BFFs for the most part. And we were like, you know, just, you know, they love to hang out together, but their family dynamic's completely different than ours. Nothing wrong with that. They have things like packed full throughout the day, and it's like, to me, that's like almost too much. I can't handle doing all of that stuff. So, and well, right now we only have Nicole really doing everything. We kind of figured the kids are going to figure out their own thing as they get older and they want to do stuff, so we let them choose their paths and stuff like that. So, and we've already gotten from Jana, she wants to do the same thing that Nicole is doing. So we're like, okay, we gotta prepare ourselves for doing this another 3 years if she wants to keep at it. But yeah, anyway, so we get a message Friday morning asking if we were okay to do a sleepover either you know, that day or next Friday. So if it was that day, then it would be with just one kid, but if it was the next Friday, it would have been with both of them. And I was just like, I don't know if I can handle both of them, because one of them's like I said, Michael and Jana's age, and the other one is just a few years younger, but you know, just enough of an age gap where it gets tricky. But my husband was like, well, I'll just have us do it next week, and I was like, no, I'll watch the kid, you know, on Saturday. It'll be fine. Even though it was just gonna be a lot, I was like, no, it's fine. We'll do this. You still do your whole 5K thing with Nicole. I'll do this. And part of me, oh my gosh, part of me regrets every decision I made. I was so tired after that. Like, so yeah, kind of surprised the kids about that a little bit. We decided we're gonna go with pizza instead of like me cooking. which is a good thing because I don't know if I would have been in the mood. But yeah, it was just, we didn't really get to do much, my husband and I. We didn't really get to play any games or anything like that because it was like mostly us focusing on making sure the kids wouldn't fight or like things like that. And plus, his parents are a little bit more strict than us on things that they like to watch and stuff like that. So some of the stuff that my husband and I are okay with our kids are watching as long as they're with us, his parents are not okay. So it's like trying to make sure that there was a happy medium kind of going on because, you know, I'm trying to respect the parents and everything. But yeah, they had a lot of fun. I will say that. They had a lot of fun. There was some tears involved right at the end. And now there's like some tears going on right now, but I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, they watched a lot of Mark Roper. So a lot of building and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, we can do this. We can watch that. It's fine. But some of the stuff where I'm like, I was okay with the kids just watching on their own. Like, I was surprised to hear that. Nope, not their parents weren't okay with because it had a curse word one time in its entire video time thing. I'm like, okay, well, this is normally PG. It's fine, but okay, you know what? I'm not gonna argue. You know, I'll just keep, you know, continue to smile, even though it's like, it's weird because Mark Roper, I remember, like, there's sometimes, like, especially around the Christmas time, but like I said, not gonna argue, I respect the parents. But anyway, so they get to do all that. They had a lot of Nerf gun fights, there was a lot of yelling, the cats were like, oh my god, what is happening? The poor cats, they're so used to Michael and Gina's loudness. And their sense of quiet is disturbed, you know, during a certain time period. But I don't think they're never ready whenever we have another kid that's coming in to disturb the peace a little bit more. They kind of hung out in different areas, like, oh my god, this is so crazy. I'm like, I'm sorry, kitties. Sorry. But yeah, it was just funny. So had this, we gave them ice cream. We were like sweet. We were nice enough. We gave, you know, we did soda and ice cream as, you know, for the whole sleepover thing. Then like, okay, time for bed, blah, blah, blah. Keep the door closed because it's an air mattress. We don't want the cats, you know, putting claws in it, that kind of thing, you know, reasonable stuff. And everything was good until my husband and I, we just kind of zonked out. Like, we fell asleep around 11 o'clock. We were just so tired. And we had to wake up so early the next morning. And I woke up even earlier because the cats were being extra. So I had to take care of the kittens and everything and make sure that they weren't getting into everything, especially since now we have the tree up. And oh man, I have stories to tell you about this tree and the cats. But yeah, it was just, my husband, he got ready to go. I had to say goodbye to Nicole and him, and they went all, and I kind of just stayed up. I was like debating about just falling asleep on the couch or not, and decided, no, I'll just stay up. I'll just diamond paint. I'll keep an ear out for the kids, you know. And sure enough, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is when Michael and his best friend wakes up and they're ready to go. They are, you know, they already have the energy to go, go, go. Here I am like, okay, here's breakfast. Here you guys go. Let me just lay on the couch and just zone out. And I'm just like, you know, at this point, it's just like, I'm asking him like, okay, what do you like to watch? You know, stuff like that. So I can see, you know, what I could pull up for him and everything. And I knew he watched the Minecraft movie. And then I was offered to, I'm like, have you watched the Mario movie? Do your parents let you watch that? And he goes, yeah, we watched that. They're okay with it. So I was like, perfect. Awesome. I went to pull that up. And then my son decides, no, we're going to do a Nerf gun fight. So they start doing that. I'm like, shh, your other sister's still asleep, you know? No one has any respect for peace and quiet. My husband keeps trying to shush him when I try to sleep. It never works. But anyway, it's just like, she wakes up more like around 8 o'clock-ish instead. And then that's when it's just got so loud. Not my husband, but my son, he was all like, can we go outside and play? I'm like, well, it's drizzling, but okay, but what are you guys going to do? We're going to play with our basketball, right? So they have this basketball that my son loves to play with and everything. And I'm like, okay, well, just be careful about playing with it. Don't have it go anywhere near the fences or anything like that, because we have 3 neighbors who has fences on all their sides, but none of them are really connected or anything like that. So there's like a ravine and stuff like that where the ball could get into. And guess what? Guess what happened? Exactly what I said. Don't do this or it will happen. They flung the ball and it bounced off and it went right between this two fence areas, like just perfectly spaced, and just started rolling now. And then my son's like, we gotta get it. I'm like, no, you don't. You're not going. There's thorny. It's a ravine. I am not having you guys slip and slide. It's muddy there. You guys aren't gonna get it out. No. And it was a lot of back and forth. And like the kid's like offering to get it. I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I'd just rather wait till it dries up a bit and then we can figure things out. Plus the thorns, you know. I got to figure out how to get it with the thorns there and everything. Maybe wait till like a little bit further into the winter and see if we can actually go and get it. But now's not the time to get it. And you know, I do not have the best health, or I'm in the best shape to even try and go after it. I'm not gonna have the kids go after it. So that kind of put a damper to their morning. And I was just like, and then I was like been told like, hey, can we go to the playground? And even though I allow my kids to go to the playground as long as they have their phone with them, I know that for a fact that his parents do not. And I was just like trying to tell my son like, hey, I don't think that's allowed, trying to break it gently and stuff like that. And just constant back talk. I was like, who are you and where's my son? Like, why are you talking back so much? But yeah, it was just like, it was an interesting morning. It was an interesting morning. My husband and my oldest came back from their thing and they were so exhausted. But they brought donuts and I got coffee. And then he figured out how to fix some of the settings so that way they could play on the Switch together, so to calm everything. And then we fed them lunch. And then afterwards we sent them home like around 1-ish. And that was that. Whew. And I think like, and I fell asleep. I went to take a nap because at that point I was just like, okay, I spent that much time around the kiddos and stuff. I'm drained. I've been up. Even though my husband's been up just as long, I couldn't hang. I had to go and lay down and just snooze. So there was no organizing at all on Saturday. And then Sunday I decided, no, I'm going to just do my diamond painting. Oh, sorry. Cat hit the tripod, it looks like. So I decided I'm just going to do my diamond painting and get 2 sections done instead. So that's what I did. So I just kind of took it easy. So this is the week where I'm going to go and start organizing my stash, because I want to get a stash video for you guys out. I want to clean up my bedroom. I have a pile, and this no stash shaming, okay? I have a pile of diamond paintings like on my table that's all from this year that I need to open for my treasure quest cards. It's a lot. It's a lot. But no stash shaming, please. I know it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to cut back. I need to stop, you know. So that's why I've started like, you know, with the no buy and low buy, and only things that are more important to me and things like that. So I already know this. So that's why I'm like focusing on things that I'm doing. I've already know that I wanted to get through my 2021 stash, which is what I've been doing this year. At least at the second half of the year is what I've been doing. So, but yeah, my goal is to finish going through everything that's in the hallway outside my bedroom, separating it into, you know, what year it belongs to. And then after that, I am going to open up all those boxes. I think I might make a video with those. My friends say I should. But I think I'm going to make a video of where I'm just opening it, not to show them off, not to show the canvases off or anything, but just opening it just to see what treasure quest card I get. So like if I get a bronze, which is most likely, if I actually get a silver, a gold, or even a black, which I doubt, but hey, you never know. That would be kind of cool if that happens, right? So I figured I might do that, but that still might be a few weeks down the road. So it just depends on my energy, on how fast I can get through things, you know, just a lot of factors. So, but I am excited about doing that, and I'm hoping that when I clear out that table, once I open up all that stuff, that then I can start doing my stash video for you guys to show you everything that I have in my stash. How many times am I going to say the word stash? Anyway, so that's my plan. I want to do that before the end of the year. Will I be able to? I don't know. I still got some stuff with the kids to do. I got a concert that I got to focus on in a week. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like in a week. Then there's a couple of other things. The kids have testing, like iReady testing and diagnostics this week and next. They got a lot to do before their 2 weeks of schools are 2 weeks of summer, not summer, school winter break. There we go. I was getting there. So yeah, 2 weeks of winter breaks coming up. So if I don't do it in 2 weeks, maybe I could have someone help me do the work when they're out of school. Yay, put them to work. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Jana wouldn't mind helping out, especially if she can wave hi to you guys. She's been asking so much, like if she can just, you know, sit next to me and just wave to you guys and stuff like that. She's very sweet. It's just that she tends to have she's a social butterfly, and she would blab everything. She would tell you our full names, her, you know, basically where we live, what school we go to. Yeah. So that's why I'm very wary about letting them on here, because it's like I don't want to dox myself that bad. Let's see. We are going to go with the dragon's wing. We've done pretty well. We got her hair done. We got her arm pretty much done. Well, we got a little bit of her hair left. Let's finish off the hair actually. Let's see. What else has been going on? I mean, like we've been dealing with a loss, not like something sad, but like basically, I don't know if I told you this, guys, but we've been dealing with my kids have been dealing with a friend who is no longer their friend anymore and has become toxic. And we have been dealing with that and dealing with discussions and things like that. And then today we also had to have a talk because the friend that they had a sleepover with has a Minecraft account, and we switched the, you know, usernames and everything, and they started playing on Sunday. So there's two different playing styles. So my kids, they usually go in creative mode. They've started not doing creative mode as much, it's more survival now, but they learn to work together and build and, you know, not destroy each other's buildings. There was a point in one point where they thought pranks was the best thing ever, and they were going to prank each other, and it ended up with a lot of heartache and tears, and I put my foot down and said no more. So there was like that small period of time, but this friend that they're playing with, that isn't the toxic friend, by the way. I like him a lot. But it's obvious that his friend and his little brother, they are more of the pranking kind, and there was a lot of frustration because the kids had put a lot of work and effort into some of the stuff they built, and these two kids, you know, basically came up and blew stuff up and was like teleporting them to blow them up with TNT, that kind of stuff. And, you know, my oldest, you know, she's she's almost 14. She was like getting so aggravated. So I was like, okay, go somewhere, take a chill pill, just relax, that kind of thing. I understand. But we had to basically, kick them off the server and, not like permaban, but just temporary kind of thing. And they don't understand. So, and my kids were just kind of worried because they're already feeling worried because of the whole situation, what happened a few weeks ago with their other friend who turned out to be very toxic and stuff like that. And they don't want a repeat of that. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be like that. Just tell them that, hey, we play differently. We don't do pranks and stuff. We like to build, and it really hurts and sucks when we put all this work and effort and time, and then you come and destroy it. I'm like, if you talk to them calm and precise and not confrontational, it'll be okay. And we'll have to message the mom too, and just to kind of explain stuff. I'm sure she can help her kids understand as well, like what's going on and stuff like that. Because the kids, it's just things kids are going to have to navigate. But yeah, like with the whole toxic situation was like the kid does things to test my son to see if he's like strong enough and things like that, if he's not a wimp, because apparently that's how the mom tests things. And she did something here in our household where Michael got upset and said, I told you to stop doing that and it hurts. And we kind of broke things up and said, okay, go home, we'll talk this over. The girl was like basically saying she didn't mean to, but but it was more of that, I didn't mean to because I got caught or I'm in trouble. Anyway, she got mad at my kids and said, we're no longer friends. Even though we're like, we'll have you guys talk later on, calm down. It became so toxic apparently now. Like my kids come home, they're upset because this girl, and they want me to go talk to their mom. And I'm like, look, we had a discussion because like I've tried to talk to this person's mom. This person's mom, she wants nothing to do with us. We've tried to give her like our phone number and everything, like saying, hey, it's, nice to meet you. We're so and so. If you ever need to contact us, here is our number, that kind of stuff. And she's never done anything of the sort of that kind of stuff, because before it was just like, it's so convoluted, and like they definitely have weird vibes all together. And like I've seen them at not Thanksgiving, around Halloween, and the mom was just like completely, I don't know if it's, because that's just normally, how some people have, RBF and stuff like that, but I don't think that's it with her. She just seems to be a very unpleasant person in general. And if this person's already like, because I talked to her like around the fourth grade graduation or celebration, and basically when I tried to introduce myself and, just, how, we have the same name, right? And she's all, she's just like, like that. And then, like, when my husband met her for Halloween, he goes, oh, nice to meet you. My wife's name is also, Jessica. And she's all like, I know, like that. It's like, okay, chill. Okay. I know that my kids are excited whenever they meet someone else named Jessica, but, relax, right? Like, I hear it all the time too. I'm not gonna get all up into you about it. Whatever, right? But yeah, she had rules for my kids whenever they were over there, and I'm like, you should respect her rules, blah blah blah, right? But even me were like, where I was like, okay, that's a little too much. But like, so I said to the girl, like, you don't have to refer me to such and such. You can just say, hey, my last name, or hey, Jessica. I'm very informal about that, right? You can go with my last name, can just, say, hey, miss, so-and-so, or you can just call me by my first name, or you can just say, hey, Michael's mom, or something like that. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to force you to be so like sir, ma'am, and everything else. Like, be polite about it, but not like so much to the strict point, but I digress. But yeah, I know we can been talking about a little bit with the kids things. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been dealing with. It's kind of coming to a head, and I'm just feeling very frustrated, aggravated, a lot of it. Overall, just with how some kids are just the way they are, and I just know it's also how parents teach your kids and everything. So, but with this one, I'm just like, no, I never really wanted you guys to be friends anyway, but I wasn't going to also push on that too. I just already was like, no, this kid's bad news bears. Because like, oh man, like when I was on the retreat, so I wasn't home for this, but my husband was, and I am just so flabbergasted because of how this lady treated my son. Was like, so the only thing I got was a clip of on my security cam, like of my son screaming and crying coming home, and then at that point I'm like messaging my husband like, what's going on? He's like, give me a minute. And oh man, if I was there, I think I would have gone mama bear, to be honest. That was my point when I was going to go full on mama bear. But this woman, so my son fell into a pile of ants there, because ants are everywhere. There's ant hills anyway. And like he got onto ants and they were all over him. And of course, when you have so many bugs on you, what's the natural response? To freak out, right? And she sends him home. She's like, doesn't even help clean them off or anything like that. So he's freaking out, walking all the way back home with all these ants all over him. My husband had to help my poor son get these ants off him and calm him down and everything. I was just like, if that happened to her kid, I would be helping, trying to scrape them off, like, and everything, and, and then get her home so that way to let them, let the parent know, hey, what happened. Just, oh man, that still boils, just, I'm still so upset by that. And like, that was at the point where I was like, no more, you're not going to visit this kid anymore. And then like, once school started and things like that, they begged and begged and begged. I'm like, last chance kind of thing. I'm like, okay. And yeah, and showed their true colors just yet again. I was like, okay. But I told the kids, no more chances. If she wants to be your friend, it's up to you to forgive her, but do not forget. You're allowed to forgive, but don't forget at all, and keep her at an arm's distance kind of thing. But yeah, she's not welcome back in our house ever, at all. And I'm still frustrated with that. And the look she gives me nowadays, like we were very nice and kind to her the whole time, even though like in my head, I'm just like, right? Yeah, I'm letting her have, candy. I'm letting her, have a soda here and there or something like that. And it's just like, you're going to act like that now towards me because I'm, now you're the kids, you hate the kids, so you're gonna hate the kids' mom, whatever. It's so weird. It's like kids are weird. Kids are just weird. Anyway, let's drop that. I keep hitting the camera. At least I'm getting through the dragon now. I'm like almost through with the dragon, so there we go. Let's see. So onto the Christmas tree. All right, so we've had the Christmas tree out since after Thanksgiving, hoping that the cats would get used to it. And for the most part, they have been used to it. Rigel, oh man, Rigel. Sometimes I wonder if he is really an orange cat in disguise. He has that one brain cell. He has not learned his lesson at all. He will climb that tree to the tippy top if you let him, every single time. And he was finally calming down enough until I brought out the ornaments last night. I was like, okay, let's go and decorate the tree, guys, because I already had this tree skirt on, but I was like, okay, let's go and decorate the tree and make this all Christmassy and everything. And we finally did that, and that just sparked his curiosity all over again. And I had to And a few hours last night, constantly spraying him with water to get him out from underneath the tree, or on the tree, or up in the tree, or batting at the ornaments. I even had the ornaments like not even on the bottom of the tree branches. Okay, let's put them like around here and up. We'll just do that much. And it's just like I'm constantly. I'll see if I can post a picture right here. But basically, if I am able to post this picture, so this is like last night, late last night. He's finally settled down for the most part, and he's so mad at me because I sprayed him so many times, and the look on his face is just like he smelled something bad. Just like he was not happy with me. I'm just like, I'm sorry, dude, but you know better. Hopefully he'll learn. He's learned his lesson about not going into the pantry anymore. We had to constantly have to tell him no until he finally got it. Now he's just kind of wary about going into the pantry, like going in like around the pantry now, because a lot of times it's just like if we don't see him, we close the door, then he's scratching and constantly meowing. So we had to keep saying no over and over again and spraying him to get him out so he wouldn't get in there anymore. So, but he's doing good for the most part. But it's so funny with his face. His face is just like it's just like, oh my god. Oh man. And then later on, he's like, him and Nova, they're like just curled up near each other. He is on my butt pillow. I have a pillow that I like to put my butt on. Usually on the couch or something like that. So it's that way it's easier to get up and stuff like that. And it's comfy, and I like putting it on my hard chairs that I have over here in the kitchen, so that way not kitchen, in the dining room, because I'm a wuss and I have a sensitive butt. No, basically it's just the chairs are a little too hard, so that helps me so I can sit there longer, especially if we do a game night or something like that. But yeah, Nova was in her box, he was on the butt cushion, and they slept there for the most part of the night. But it was just so funny. It was just so funny. This face. I'm like, oh my goodness. But he hasn't really tried to do anything today, so I don't know if he's learned his lesson or not. But we'll see. If I hear rustling, I'll know. Let's see, what else has been going on? Oh, I got most of the kids' Christmas presents in, so the next thing, which I know will probably get him started with the tree again, will be when I start wrapping the presents and putting them underneath the tree. I also got the stockings out, so we have stockings for the kittens now. So I know that's going to be something else that they'll start batting with. It was kind of funny. Nova learned her lesson immediately yesterday. Nova batted the ornament, and I went, no. And she looked at me after I went, no. And went, oh, bat. I'm like, oh, spray. And then she's like, okay, fair point. No, never again. I won't do it. But it was so funny because I was like, no. They are good kittens. They're just kittens. They're just curious. They want to navigate the world and everything. So, and I get that. They'll grow mostly out of it. But they're cats. They're going to do cat things. You can't get mad at them for doing cat things. Although oh man, last night, like I said, like Rigel was extra too. So he was extra the last 2 days. But last night, I went to tell my husband that I couldn't find the hooks for the stockings that we have, and everything. And this first time ever, Rigel was able to sneak past me to get into the garage. And that was not fun trying to get him back in. We've always tried to make sure that that garage door never is open long enough for them to kind of go through. But he slunked himself out into the garage, and I was just like, you cat, you little butt. That's what I've been saying a lot now, that he's a little butt. Because he is. But also, like I said, he is a one brain cell one. compared to Nova. Nova's like one and done. She learns her lesson. He's just more like, ooh, what if I just keep aggravating and pushing the button? The answer is he gets sprayed. Silly kitty. Oh man. But yeah, didn't stop him from getting his wet food this morning when I started feeding them. So yeah, there's that. He still got his wet food. He still got his love. And it's funny because like when I was kind of working on Car like a little bit this morning, I had waited a little bit to try and get some more light in here. But man, it is like getting closer and closer to picking up the kids, and it is still so dark out, and I don't like it. I don't like how dim and bad the lighting is, but oh well. But yeah, when I was working over on Car like earlier today, he's been doing a thing where he jumps on my husband's desk, and then he'll start walking over to my desk. And today my husband, you know, like, well, not just today, my husband will pick him up and put him back on the floor. And it's like, no, 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 right? Over and over. He decides, I'm going to circumvent this. I want to just jump right on top of the diamond painting. And that's what he did. He jumped right on top of the diamond painting so he could get to me this time. Normally it's to get to whatever is catching his interest. But luckily this time around it was just so he could try and climb on me. So there's that. So he's not too mad at me anymore. So yay, he still loves me. But yeah, he was like giving me biscuits and stuff like that. But I kind of upset him because I took a nap after we dropped the kids off before I started working on Car. Like I took a small nap. And he got on top of me, and I woke up after a while, and I'm like, okay, time to get off. I gotta get up. I gotta go. I don't want to use the restroom here. And he was like, no, I want you to stay. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't disturb a kitty, but you don't want to be wet, do you? And he was not happy. But I was like kind of edging him, like doing this, like pushing him slightly off my legs, like slowly. But yeah, he was a cuddle bug later on, so I stopped diamond painting for a bit so I could cuddle with him. And then he's like, oh wait, I am mad at you. Jump off. Huh. It was funny. It was funny. But yeah, I was giggling a little bit from him. So, but yeah, I gotta remember to post that picture. I'll have to remind myself to do that. So, let's see. I already posted on Discord last night. Like, look at this cat. Look at this little butt. Look at him. Acting like he's all smug and stuff. Let's see what else has been going on during this whole time. Just a lot of me trying to play catch up with stuff. I know tomorrow I will be done with this diamond painting, and then if everything goes correctly, because tomorrow is Tuesday. You'll be seeing this Tuesday, so but anyway, with tomorrow I will be done, and then I'll probably get the email for the flower dragon meadow stitch along, so I can start working on part 5. So I'll either do that tomorrow or Wednesday. Ooh, yee! I'm excited. So I might be doing that. But I gotta figure out when I will actually do some cross stitch, because I want to do some cross stitch, but that's going to be sometime in the future. But yeah, I'm just pretty much trying to figure out what I want to do for these next few weeks, and if I, like I said, have the energy to do it and everything like that. I do have a lot of ideas that I want. I just don't know if I ever can have the strength to get them done, because like my joints hurt so much, especially my hand joints. Like usually after I'm done diamond painting or doing a video, like I rest my hands because my hands hurt so much. But yeah, it's just trying to figure out what I need to do, especially trying to climb up the stairs. Those stairs are like just pain, just so much pain. Let's see. Yeah, but I think that will be something I will do. I'll definitely do the stitch along sometime this week. It won't be part of my series, so you'll see it at the end of the month when I do my month in review. But that, oh, I do have a question about that. Since we're kind of nearing the end anyway. So I have never really done a December month in review. Do you want me to do that? Because usually I do a year in review, and that shows December stuff, but I've always felt like it was like just kind of just like you guys, like, we just saw this stuff from December and now we're seeing it again like within a week or so with the year end, you know, so that's why I never really did a December one. But I don't mind watching other people's videos when they do it. But would you when the time comes, because I know this is still beginning of December, but when the time comes, do you guys want a December month in review as well when I do the year in review, question mark? Just let me know. Just put that, you know, comment that down below or whatever. But yeah, I was just like trying to do that. Let's see. Oh, you guys are gonna like the thing that I have for the Christmas premiere. Like I picked up, like I said, I picked up a Flossy Fox kit. And it's so cute. It has a Pegasus in it. I love it. So I started working on the bottom, but I think I'll do my whip and chat for the top part and work myself down. So, but you guys will like it a lot. Yeah, but you'll definitely see that. But yeah, I just gotta figure out what I want to do. One of the other things I am doing, like, we're gonna circle back to the stash thing, is I'm thinking about doing it by year, so that this will be a multi-part kind of process. So I was kind of thinking about doing it by year instead for you guys, so that way you can see all the older kits, and then until it gets to all the newer kits until of this year or so, kind of thing. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see how I feel, like I said. But would that be okay with you guys? I know I made like a poll, not a poll, but like I kind of made a community post about this like months and months ago about like what you guys want to see. But, and I know this is like at the very end of the video, so some people may not see this, but if you do, what do you want to see in a stash video? Because my thought process is I am kind of going to do it similar with my month in review in a way. I don't know if I'm going to just have a picture of it instead, but I'm going to also like I'll have basically the description of what the title of the canvas is, and then the author, and then plus not author, the artist, and then basically where it's come from. Now, most of my stash is going to be Diamond Art Club. I do have a couple of Oraloas, a little bit of Craftably, a little bit of Jaded Gem Shop, some Unimade, but most of it's going to be Diamond Art Club. But I figure I'll do it by year. I haven't figured out if I'm going to be able to do it by artists. Because that's going to be a lot more extra, like year artists. It might be a little too much, but we'll find out. But it's going to be in clips. I know that much. I'm going to do it in clips. But if I do take pictures, do you guys want to see my face with the stash thing? So yeah, basically put down what you guys would like to see in a stash video down below as well. But I think I am going to wrap it up here. I'm almost done. I am got a little bit of this gray stuff right here and the rest of her shirt. I'm really proud about how far I've gotten here so far. So I like it so far. I can't wait for you guys to see the entire thing, which you will probably on Wednesday, I think. Maybe we'll push that to Thursday. I think I'll push that to Thursday, so that way the two videos aren't so close together. So yeah, you'll see this. You'll see the last 10 days on Thursday. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay warm if you're in any cold areas, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, post-editing Jessica here. I was editing my Whip and Chat, and I realized like how I might have came across with the way I was saying things or wording things towards my my kids' friends and stuff like that. And I want you guys to know that I, as much as I'm aggravated with some certain people and stuff like that, I don't really bear any of them any ill will. And I'm sorry that it was a little bit of a Debbie Downer. Like, once again, I don't really mean to be like someone like that, and I do try to keep most of my Whip and Chats uplifting as best as I can. I know that, you know, there's only times when, you know, sometimes it's just like you get things build up and get to a point where it just kind of just flows out of you. And I guess at that point, it just kind of flowed out of me, and I apologize for that. But yeah, it's just usually towards this one set of parents. But the other kids, they're fine. They're great. And I love them dearly because especially since they seem to take good care of my kids for the most part. But yeah, but just this it's just that one kid and her parents where it's been just a bit of frustration over the year, and it just, like I said, it bubbled up. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video.